Hey. How's everyone doing? Is that light okay? Oh, it's because of that. I should look a bit better now. Welcome to another weekly wrap. How's everyone going? We've got a few people in the chat. We're going to read out these chats, and we've got a question for Learn, man. Learn says, I'm sure I love going to China Bar, Signature Burwood East. Larry the Drone says, hi, boys. Reese says, hi, KP and Johnny. Johnny's not here tonight. I don't go for Carlton because they're racist and also rude. Okay. I love Costco. I love croissants, brownies, chocolate muffins, and butter chicken. Kirkland's Signature. That's from Costco, eh? Big Man is in Kick. Now, Learned is wild. I've got a question for Learned. You know what the question is for Learned? I want to know what are you eating on Christmas Day, Learned? What is going to be your treat on Christmas Day? What are you going to be happy to eat on Christmas Day, man? Because you tell us you love so many foods. I want to know. Reborn's in the chat. Hey, Reborn. Zakao. Hey, KP. Everyone on live chat tonight as well. So, yeah, guys, put it in the Discord. We're actually live on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. So, if you've got a Twitch account, you give HFD Media a follow there as well. We're much appreciated, as most of you, and Kick as well. We're just, trying to grow all these platforms. So, yeah. To be honest, I didn't even want to come on and do the Premier League show this week for obvious reasons, but we're going to do it. Reborn's team didn't even play, and they're still sitting pretty at the top. Like, everyone's just chucking the towel in. Chris's team got done by their crosstown rivals. United lost to Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. We'll talk about it all, right? We'll talk about it all. But I want Learned. I don't know if he even heard the question. Hopefully he comes back and I'll ask him that question. He can tell us what he's having on Christmas Day, man. All right. In saying that, let's bring up a few fixtures, guys. I'm going to bring up this page. Actually, I've got to get rid of that other black box there. Sorry. That one there. I'm still down in the corner. That's fine. All right. As we can see the results there. Arsenal, I'm on it there. They missed their chance to get a bit closer to Liverpool by drawing 1-1 at Fulham. Last year, Fulham did the double on them, so obviously Fulham's a bit of a bogey for them. They were 1-0 down. Ipswich lost to Bournemouth. Bournemouth they're doing really good, man. Brighton were 2-0 up. Leicester, Ruud van Nistelrooy's Leicester, 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. Spurs winning, then they got pegged back by Chelsea, got done 4-3. There's always a cracker between them. Villa, 1-0 against the cellar dwellers Southampton, but they got the job done. Brentford smacking Newcastle 4-2. Crystal Palace getting the draw against City. So, it's not all peaches and cream again for City after getting that win last week. They've had 1 win in 9 games or something. So, obviously, United losing at home to Nottingham Forest. I don't know how you have 75% possession, have 20 shots to 7 and lose. But we'll talk about that. Onana, gifting goals away. Terrible. And then go back to the midweek games. Fulham beat Brighton. Bournemouth beat Spurs. Everton smacked Wolves. Man City got their win. Newcastle drew with Liverpool. Southampton got spanked by Chelsea. Arsenal beat Man United. Villa beat Brentford. Palace beat Ipswich. Leicester got their first win under Ruud van Nistelrooy. But we're not going to go that far back. We'll just talk about these ones. First one we'll bring up, guys. We'll bring this one up. Bring this up for big man Chris. Chelsea got the win against Spurs. Spurs, I believe, went 2-0 up. Dominic Solanke and then Kulusevski. And then, the absolute cancer that is Jadon Sancho. Brought one back for Chelsea. Palmer got 2 penalties. Then Palmer scored a penalty. Then Enzo Fernandez scored. Palmer scored another penalty. They're 4-2 up, and then Son gets a consolation. Don't know what to say, man. For Poch, he's got to start getting results, and not just results. He's got to start getting, the Panenka. We'll talk about it. He's got to start actually getting consistency, not just results. It's not the results that are killing, and Tottenham. It's the consistency, man. He's going win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. And then when you get games like this, after you're doing that win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, and you play a team like Chelsea where you can lose to, you end up losing a couple in a row, they're struggling. I don't know what it is, if it's because they're missing Mickey van de Ven and that at the back. I'm not sure. They're missing their keeper as well. But yeah, man, how cheeky Palmer with the Panenka. Cheeky. It was absolute cheek. And Chelsea sitting outright second now. Are they the main contenders? I don't know. Just get my water, sorry. At the start of the year, I wouldn't have said they were. I was going to say, it was Arsenal versus City at the start of the year, I was saying. And now, it looks like Liverpool, Chelsea. Chelsea keep going teams, and they're like Arsenal under Arsene Wenger, I reckon. You want to watch them. That's what I think. If you're not watching your team, you want to watch Chelsea, whether you like them or hate them, because they play good football. So, listen, Maresca's doing a good job. To be fair, Poch got it going for them at the start of the year, at the end of the year last year. So, it was turning around, and Enzo come in. He's just kept Palmer firing. He's got Nicholas Jackson firing. He's got Enzo Fernandez actually playing well. Madueke's playing well. Casido's playing well. He didn't have a good first year with Chelsea. So they look good, man. And they look like Liverpool's closest rival at the moment. So big up to Chelsea. Tottenham, they're going to have to start getting results. We'll look at what their fixtures are coming up, but they're going to have to start doing something and sorting their season out quick, smart. So, but big up Chelsea. They're outright second. So, all right. Let's go. We'll work our way back since we're there. Okay, Leicester, Brighton. So this is a huge result for Ruud van Nistelrooy, man. Brighton were 2-0 up in the 80th minute. Then Vardy scores a goal. Vardy gets an assist. Ruud got them playing a lot better than Cooper had them playing. You can tell, should United have kept Ruud? I'm not going to see. He's not as good a manager as Amorim. Amorim's proven that, but, maybe they could have kept him. United are going to do shit anyway this year, regardless. You can tell that by it's the players. They could have just kept Ruud and embedded him into the job. I don't know, but he's definitely, it's only 2 games in. It could go pear-shaped for him. I don't know, but he's doing a real good job. Great result for Leicester. Brighton just being Brighton, they're up there, man. We'll bring up the table later. What are they, 5th or 6th? So I'll bring it up right now, actually. They're 7th. So 7th and only, a point off of 5th, which is Nottingham Forest. 3 points off of 4th, which is City. I don't know. Oh, okay, you're going to have to remind me, man. I know. I'm going to watch the game, and unfortunately, I think United are going to get smacked. I think Amorim's going to lose 3 in a row, but we'll talk about that. I don't think it's his fault, but yeah. We'll go to this one. Bournemouth, Ipswich. So, Ipswich were winning up until the 87th minute. And then Bournemouth scored 2 goals. they're doing so good as well, man. Iraola's doing such a good job there. Like, they're playing good football. It's showing you that the Premier League now it's it's so competitive. Like, you got teams that are, I mean, Man United are 13th, just to put it into perspective. Like, Bournemouth are a team that's got a 15,000 capacity stadium, and they got money, more money than, like, you know, Juventus, and they can buy players like from Juventus and Inter and Borussia Dortmund, and they bought that striker from Porto, and they're tiny. Like, that just shows you the money. It's like, I don't know why these guys want a Super League, because like, the Premier League already is a Super League. You know what I mean? Hi, man. I think you already know what I'm going to say. What are you going to say? Nottingham Forest? We haven't talked about it yet. We'll talk about it soon, don't worry. We'll talk about it soon, bro. But yeah, Ben Schroeder says, who do you think can really challenge Liverpool for the title? I really don't know who can in the current state. You know what, Ben? I agree with you, man. I agree with you. I don't know. Listen, Chelsea's their closest rival at the moment, and like I said, they're playing good. They play good football. They're really good to watch. But can they actually challenge Liverpool? Liverpool didn't even play, and it's like they're strengthened their position at the top. You know what I mean? So what does that say for you? I know you always say it's only 15 games. Like, there's so much football to play. Like, but I don't know. They just seem to be getting results even when they don't play well, whereas the others don't. Arsenal don't, but Chelsea look good, man. Like, if they can keep their team fit, whether they push them all the way to the end, I don't know. I don't know what you think. Yeah, good question there. Good question by Ben. Let's go. You true? No, I won't read that out. That's not true. Why are they true? They're true Reds. They're Reds, just like Liverpool are, just like Man United are, but none of them have the right to being the true Red. All right. Talk about this one. This is a big one. Big one in the title here. Big one in the title here. So Fulham, 1 second, guys. Just going to respond to this. 1 second. Okay. Oh yeah, I agree, Ben. I think they will. The original, I should say. Why? I mean, it's just like, it's a color. It's a color that they chose to wear. Man United weren't even wearing red at the start. Man United are wearing yellow and green. Newton Heath. All right, back to this one. Just like Ben's talking about this one, like, this is a huge result, man. Arsenal would have wanted to go there, get the points. I mean, let's go. We'll bring up the stats. Look at that, man. You go and have 66% possession and only have 4 shots on target. And again, I know they're complaining about getting beaten with this stick, but how'd they score? From a corner. Eventually, it's going to keep happening. They're not playing well and they're scoring corners. They're not going to score that corner. And that's why I don't think they're a title challenger, Ben. I think they don't have a guy that can score them 25 goals. Like, you look at it, they got Saka, who scores goals. That's it. And he's going to get you maybe 20. Havertz isn't going to get over 20. Martinelli, I think he's woeful. I don't know what you guys think. Ben, Larry, like, I watch Arsenal and I don't know how that guy's in the team. He doesn't score. He doesn't assist. He just runs. Like, I know it's harsh saying it. I don't rate him at all, man. I think he's so overrated. Yeah, so he's not going to get you the goals. Odegaard is going to get you assists, but he's not going to get you goals. Their midfield, Rice ain't going to get you like 20 goals. Jorginho's not going to get it for you. Partey's not going to get it. So I just don't know where they're coming from. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think they can win the title, this team. I don't know. I'm not sure. Um, I'm upset at Spurs. Same shit, different year, big man Chris says. He's over on Kick. He wrote that. Yeah, so I don't know what you think, Ben. You've asked about. I don't think Arsenal can do it. I just don't think, unless they go buy someone in January. But are Liverpool too far gone by then? I don't know. Man, Martinelli is shit, isn't he? Please tell me. Does anyone agree? Like, he's not good, is he? Anyway, let's go back to the previous day. I don't get why Saka is so highly rated. I like people think he's better than Salah. Nah, he's good, but he's not as good as Salah. Nah, I'll stand on that. Clip it. I don't know, Chris, make a short, whatever. Bukayo Saka is a great player. Probably world class at the moment, but he's not as good as Salah. If you had to pick your right winger, and you could only pick one right winger from the Premier League, you're picking Mo Salah. I think Mo Salah's probably the best player in the world at the moment. So he's not better than Salah. The Arsenal fans might think so. And listen, if you were building a team right now, you probably take Saka because he's 23 and Salah's 33. But that's the only reason why. Not because he's better, because you'd build around him and he might become better than Salah. But at the moment, right now, he's not better than Salah. I agree with Reeves. This is sort of cool. Chris says over on Twitch now. What a legend. But yeah, we'll go over to this one. Aston Villa, Southampton. Aston Villa got the job done. I don't think so. Do you think Haaland's a better player than Salah? No way. I don't think so. No way. Haaland is a better number 9 than Salah. But not even, it's just, you know, the thing about him is Reeves. Not that he's trash. Like, he scores his goals and that, but it's so to the point now, and I think it's even, Pep could be noticing it, is if he doesn't score, what does he do? Like, he doesn't assist. I mean, he presses. Listen, he's a great goal scorer. He is. He's a great goal scorer, but he's not as good as Salah. Salah's a better player. So, Haaland is just an aggressive player. He scores from great through balls and passes from players like KDB, but he doesn't have... Nah, I agree. I agree with Ben. Totally agree with Ben. Listen, guys, if you are new to the channel, I don't know, Ben, are you new to the channel? Please remember to like, share, subscribe. I don't know if I've seen Ben before. Ben, are you new around here? Great comment. I like that, what he said there. It's true, I agree. I think he's in agreement with me. He's not as good as Salah. Listen, I'm a United fan. Like, I bleed Man United. And Salah's probably the best player in the world. I said it last week. Is that, you know, because of the drop-off of, not the drop-off, sub from the AFL period. Well done, man. Not the drop-off, but let's say Father Time getting Ronaldo and Messi. I think this is the first time you look at Mo Salah and say he's the best player in the world. Because, listen, Mbappe can probably be better than him, but he's not having it this year. On form right now, Salah's the best player in the world. Listen, Mbappe probably will be the best player in the world. You watch it, it'll click for him at Real Madrid, and he'll start just like, he'll go to town. Eventually it'll click, man. Like, there's not many players that go to a club and hit the ground running. Like, Haaland did it. Bruno Fernandes did it, I remember back in the day. Salah did it. But it doesn't happen often. Look at, like, Casido didn't do it, you know, like, and now he's ripping it. It just doesn't happen. But, yeah, we'll go back to that one. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, anyway, Villa got the job done. Duran got the goal. 1-0. It's not very convincing against the bottom team, but it is a win. You know, considering Liverpool, Chelsea absolutely, like, thumped them last week. You know, and Aston Villa are, you know, their aspirations are to be up there with Chelsea in that, and they go and beat them 1-0 and have less possession than Southampton. Southampton didn't have a shot on target, you know, but like 18 shots and only 5 on target from Villa. What were they doing? Like, less possession. Like, that's unbelievable. You'd expect them to be thumping them. So, listen, they got the 3 points. They got themselves back on track. But, yeah, they'd want to do better than that. Let's go to the next one. Brentford, Newcastle. As you can see there, Brentford took the lead through Mbeumo. Then Alexander Isak got Newcastle back on level terms. Then Wissa, another guy that's in cracking form for Brentford, got them 2-1 ahead. Harvey Barnes equalised. And then Nathan Collins and is it Sade? Sade scored from Mbeumo. And Brentford win 4-2. Like, big win for Brentford. Newcastle a bit of a Tottenham at the moment. Like, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. You don't know what to expect from them. They're real hard to pick. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they're just... I don't know. I said this to John. I think Eddie Howe's time's coming to an end. I don't know if they'll do it soon, but I think end of the year. I truly believe Jose is going to come in at Newcastle. Someone like that. Someone big is going to take that Newcastle job, to attract players and whatnot. And I believe that's happening. Like, I think it's come to an end for Eddie. I think Eddie should have taken the England job. He should have hankered for that England job instead of letting, what's his name? Tuchel take the job. He should have went for it. And, he could have went out on a high. He got Newcastle in the Champions League one time. But, yeah, it's just very consistent. Like Tottenham. They're in the same bracket. So, that. But Brentford are doing good, man, this year. Like, to go, I can't sit here and say Newcastle will expect. They'll want to win that game and think internally they'll be expecting to win that game, but it's not an easy game. Like, Brentford, it's not an easy game, is it? So, go to this one. Another big result here, man. Manchester City at Palace, 2-2. I'm just going to fix this up, guys. 1 second. So, Man City at Palace, 2-2. It's... What do you say? Like, they conceded in the 4th minute. They're conceding early goals. Then Haaland equalised. Palace scored again, 56th minute. Then Rico Lewis equalised 68th minute. I mean, they used to go to Palace and win 6 or 7-0. Like, not 6 or 7-0, but score 6 or 7 goals. And now they go on there and drawing. Like, they've had 1 win in 9 games, I think it is. So, I don't know what's going on with them, man. Manchester Derby next. And listen, I have no doubts in my mind. I think they're probably going to beat us. But United, the only hope United can be taken from it is everyone's getting at City. Can United turn around at... I'm sure it's going to be at the Etihad and get at City as well. I don't know. Who was the red card? Let's have a look here. Didn't see that. So Rico Lewis, second yellow must have been. Is that right? Yep. Rico Lewis. So he scored and then becomes a villain with a red card. But yeah, listen, United have got to think they can go and get something from City, even though United are not in good form. But 2-2 with City is not a good result, is it? They're out of the title race, I think. I don't think they can challenge Liverpool either. Such a shame because Liverpool are probably going to equal United's title haul this year. I don't know, Reeves. Reeves either. I grew up. I started supporting United. Like, my dad was supporting them from the 50s, like I said. And I started supporting them as long as I can remember. And I grew up never thinking I'd see Liverpool win a title. You know what I mean? Like that, because we were so dominant. But obviously things come to an end. Just like with Liverpool, they went 30 years without a title. United went 25 years without one, before Ferguson. It happens, doesn't it? It's now we're 10 years without anything. So you got to enjoy it while your team's at the top. You do. You really do. United will come. Their day will come again. It will. But when that is, I don't know. All right. Now to the one that Larry wants to talk about that I do not really want to talk about. I'll just get that to change here. So, United at Old Trafford lose 3-2 to Nottingham Forest. Look at that. When you look at those stats, right? 3-2. Concede a goal in the, what was it? Second minute? And then second minute of the second half. Like, it's just, mate, you've got 71% possession. The other team had 3 shots on target and they scored 3 goals. So Onana gave them 2 goals. I don't know what Onana was doing with that second goal, man. Like, even if you think it's gone in the corner, the only place, as a goalkeeper, the only place a goal cannot go in is where you're standing. And he was standing there, man. If he just stood there, he would have saved it. Like, it swerved a little bit, but I don't know what he was doing. That was absolutely pathetic on his behalf. Delo, man, I don't know what's wrong with him. Delo, I think he's done at United. I think Amorim should have picked Mazraoui instead of Delo. Delo's struggling. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, he's got Casemiro. He's not picking him. He's on 350 grand a week. He doesn't give him any minutes. He hasn't given Eriksen any minutes. He's, like Rashford, Mount, Xerxes come on, did fuck all. Like, mind the French. But like, look at it there. Like, first Old Trafford win in 30 years. For Nottingham Forest. I reckon Brian Clough was the manager last time they beat us there. I didn't think we would ever win anything ever again. Have seen some awful Liverpool teams. Gerrard really carried the team through the early. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean. I know you felt like that too. Like, and that's what I was. I like. It's like that with United. It's so hard. Like, you know that it'll come back. The club is too big. It's like AC Milan. Like, didn't win a title for how long, and eventually they won one whenever it was, last year, the year before. The clubs are too big not to ever win again, but you just, you have that feeling. But, well, look at those stats. Like, Onana, man, should be ashamed of himself. Like, and then Man United's director of football goes and gets sacked after the game. Like, the club's a laughingstock. They tried everything to get Dan Ashworth out of Newcastle and then sack him 5 months in. And apparently it's because they've butted heads. They're like, don't agree. They're like, obviously the players he wants and the managers, etc., that he wants, they don't agree with. Because, I mean, you got to remember, he wanted Southgate. So, I don't know. But and then you look at it like, now look at it with Amorim, right? Amorim came in as the hottest property. Thanks for the sub, whoever that was, subbing to the channel. Thank you so much. Amorim came in as the hottest coach in Europe. He's got 4 points out of 12. Ten Hag came into Man United as the hottest coach in Europe. He's been sacked within 2 years. Now, I'm telling you right now, not that he didn't deserve to get the sack, but you can tell now it wasn't Ten Hag wasn't the problem. Look at it, man. You got to coach him with a complete different philosophy. He used to score goals at will with Sporting. That's his MO. But what is the one constant that's been, you go back to all the way back to Van Gaal, what's the one constant? Fucking players, man. The players. Like, you got, Delo's got to go. Like, Rashford, man, I hate saying it, he's a Manchester boy, but maybe his time's up. Like, he just can't get it right. Mason Mount, fuck me. Like, Casemiro, Maguire, Lindelof. The only ones I'd be picking, Højlund, not because he's the best, but because he's young. Garnacho, Mainu, Yoro. I'll be picking them and just building around them because you're 13th anyway. How much worse can it get? It can't get any worse. So go with the youngsters, mate. The big boys that are not pulling their weight, have not pulled their weight for 4 managers. I'll be putting the hard word on them if I was Amorim. I'll be going, 100% too many egos and too much money. I'll be sitting them down saying, why aren't I playing? Say, well, you've gotten 4 managers to sack. Be honest, like Fergie would, wouldn't he? Pep would. Klopp probably would. Like, he was like that behind the scenes. Like, you've got 4 managers to sack and you've got the audacity to say, why aren't I playing? And then you come on and give me that shit. Like, mate. You know what they should be having? Like, then you got, then Reeves. I mean, like, I know Reeves, you're obviously an England fan because you're English. Then you got Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, man. You know what Luke Shaw should be called? Luke Shaw should be called coleslaw because he's on the side more than fucking Greek salad. The guy he came back for 2 substitute appearances worth 30 minutes and fucking got injured again. Like, get out of the club, mate. Like, you went to play for England when everyone knew it was the worst decision, and you haven't played for Man United for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, And the worst part about it is, on his day, he's one of the best left backs in the world, in Europe. But, mate, clip that what I said. Yeah, exactly. That infuriates us as fans. You know what I mean? So, Learn. You're back. Learn. You got to tell me, man. What are you eating on Christmas Day? I want to know what you're eating Christmas Day. Tell the HFD community. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, he's get out of the club, mate. Like, get out of the club, Luke Shaw, please. Like, terrible, man. Yeah, but that doesn't tell me what you're eating for Christmas, man. I want to know what you're eating for Christmas. We all want to know. The HFD community want to know. I love donuts too. I had a Port Elliot Bakery donut today. It was the best. Yeah, so I mean, I can rant and rant and rant and rant about that, but listen, I know, like, the Nottingham Forest fans are happy, like Larry's happy, but you can see it there. You've had 3 shots on target. 2 of them were absolutely pathetic. Like, and you've won the game. Like, far out, man. Man United should not have lost that game. The defenders, whatever the team, and Onana gave that game away. Like, oh, man. Feel so sorry for Amorim. He did not even get a manager bounce. He's come in and they just given the same shit that they've been given for years. You know, and like I said, there's only a few of them that you can put away from this. Like, the new signings, fine. Mainu, Hoyland, things like that. The youngsters, Garnacho, fine. Mazraoui, Yoro. I'm going to work at McDonald's next year. Well done, man. And you like roast pig. Good boy. Go Clippers. But, man, other than that, Man United should have a Boxing Day sale. All players, half price, bang. See you later. Like, get them out the door. Like, just, you're not going to get relegated. Have a year out of Europe like Chelsea did. And they were the better for it. Look at them now. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the money. You know, Sir Jim Ratcliffe keeps his in. Ineos, they're like, oh, I want to bring the Manchester back to Manchester United. What does that even mean, mate? Get the team winning football matches and we will support you. But all he gives a fuck about is the money. You know, he's done all these cost cuts, right? He did 250 people lost their jobs. He cut, like, cost cutting. And then they put the tickets up, Reborn, to £66 is the cheapest ticket at Old Trafford. And he turned around and he said this, why should our tickets be the same price as Fulham? Yeah, but tell the full story, man. Fulham are only selling 20,000 tickets. You're selling 70,000 tickets. So they should be the same price because you're going to make fucking so much more money. He's shown he's greedy. He's just another Glazer. And I've always said that. He's in bed with the Glazers. I don't care. Until he proves otherwise, that's what I always believe. Because he kept the Glazers at the club. So, and I know I always get on that rant, but £66, Reeves, is the cheapest ticket. Like, and he said that. He goes, why should our tickets be the same price as Fulham? Mate, because you've got the biggest stadium in the country. That's why. Sell them for £20, whatever it is, I don't know, and you're going to make so much money anyway, man. Like, he's a disgrace, man. I don't know what he's thought of, like, in England, like, by actual English people and that. Like, he's the richest man in England, but he's like a Glazer to me, man. Like, Qatar should have bought the club. I don't care, and I stand by it. They would have cleared the debt. And the reason no one wanted that, I always say that on here, and Reeves can deny this if he wants, I don't know. The other fans didn't want Qatar to buy Man United because Man United would have been out of debt. And Man United not in debt is the most profitable club in the world. That's including Madrid's. You know, they're in debt. Barcelona in debt. That's including Liverpool. Anyone that's in football knows that. They didn't want that because Man United were going to be unstoppable. or not unstoppable, but they were going to be power because they generate more money than any football club in the world. And that's factual. That's the reason why they've been in so much debt for so long and still been, still winning titles with Sir Alex when they were in debt. Yeah, no, I saw that, man, Zakal. I sent it to Chris, so we got to try it. It's in Australia only. It's a Squid Game Happy Meal, and they're doing that little cookie where they're giving that to everyone in it, where you've got to like scratch it out and play the game. Obviously, you don't get killed if you don't beat it, but I think it's cool from Macca's Australia. We'll try that, me and Chris. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I know what you think about that, really. I think that's why no one wanted Qatar to buy it besides Man United fans, because we're going to be out of debt. So, but anyway, enough ranting about that. United should have won the game, but everyone owns a Man United shirt. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, they're huge, man. They're the biggest, most profitable club in the world. Like, Real Madrid might say, oh, we're the biggest club in the world, but they don't make as much money as United. And that's just factual. Like, Barcelona don't. That's why they're in billions of dollars of debt. But, listen, yeah, like I said, United should have won the game. 3 errors for goals. 3 shots on target and you lose is unheard of. But the stat, that's there is they didn't win it. So, big up to Nottingham Forest. And the next game is the Manchester Derby. So, go look at the fixtures a bit, guys, and then we'll get on our merry way. Let's have a look here. I'll bring them up. We will bring up the fixtures for you guys, and we can give some little predictions. Everyone can put their predictions in. Gemma says, hey, oh, how are you? Hey, Gemma, how you going, man? How are you? So let me get the fixtures up. And we can give our little predictions, see what's coming up, what games are coming up. Listen, we didn't say Liverpool, the Merseyside derby, last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison Park got cancelled because of the weather. So I don't know when that's going to be. Imagine it comes down to it. Liverpool need to win the title and the catch-up game is at the end of the year. It's away at Goodison or something. And Goodison, like, you couldn't write that, could you? But anyway. All right. So there's a game to finish the round off tomorrow. West Ham at home to Wolves. I mean, Wolves got spanked midweek. West Ham are terrible. I'm going to go West Ham because at home. But you know what? I'm actually going to go Wolves. So I'm picking Wolves. Long time no see. Good to see you, Jamar. All right. Arsenal, Everton. Arsenal, you think they're going to win. Like, they have to win. That's at home. I mean, I'm going to tip Arsenal. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure everyone's going to tip Arsenal. I'm going to go Arsenal 2-0. Not really scoring goals at the moment. Can Everton hold? I mean, United beat Everton 4-0, so imagine what Arsenal can do to them. Like Reborn said. Reborn was spot on when he said that about Liverpool was meant to play them. Then we got Liverpool, Fulham. Fulham coming off a huge result against Arsenal, but it's at Anfield, which is, does the week off help Liverpool? Does it hinder them? I don't know. Sometimes that it breaks your momentum, but you would imagine it helps them. We go Liverpool. Probably 2-0. 2-0, I'd say. Yeah. Then Newcastle, Leicester. I mean, can Rude get the job done away at Newcastle? Don't know. Can he get the job done away at Newcastle? That's a tough game, eh? You know what? I'm going to tip Newcastle because they're at home. But that's a real tough game, man. I want Leicester to win. I actually want Leicester to win. Then we got Wolves, Ipswich. So Wolves not having a very long break. If they beat West Ham, I think Wolves will go win. I think Wolves have to win that game if they don't want to get relegated. If they go and lose at home to Ipswich, they're in big, big trouble. Then this is a massive game. Nottingham Forest at home, the City Ground. It's Aston Villa. I mean, on form, you're going to tip Forest, aren't you? But that's a real hard game. There's no early game Saturday night either by the looks of that. Look at that. 1:30, 1:30, 1:30. We got Girona midweek. Depends what happens there. We don't need an injury now. I have Matt Gravenberg and someone else out in yellows for next week. There you go. At least I didn't miss the Merseyside derby. So, That's a bonus. Got to go West Ham, Arsenal, Liverpool. West Ham, Arsenal, Liverpool, Leicester, Ipswich against Wolves. There you go. Aston Villa, Brighton, Man City, Brentford. No, you got to go United. Come on, man. Just for me. All right. Yeah. Then we got. Yeah, I'm gonna go Villa. I reckon. Just I don't know. They have to get the job. If they don't win, they're in trouble too. Like not for top four. I mean, Brighton at home to Palace. I'm gonna agree with Jamal. I'm gonna go Brighton just for you, KP. Thanks, man. What a guy. Um, and the Manchester Derby. Listen, ordinarily I say United are in big, big, big trouble. They're not in good form, but neither are City, man. United have actually probably got more wins in the last 9 games than City do. They're technically in better form if you go by the last 5 or so games, but it's at home. City are going to be favourites, but I wouldn't actually count United out for this. Anything can happen in a derby. Amorim played Man City, what, a month ago and absolutely spanked them with Sporting, so he can take something out of that. I wouldn't count us out. Not just because I'm a United fan, obviously, but City are really gettable. Really gettable. I just think Amorim's got to pick the correct team. And I'm going to tip United because I always do. And then Chelsea, Brentford. You think Chelsea are going to win, eh? Chelsea are going to win that. I think Chelsea will win. It's at Stamford Bridge. And I think they'll keep the pressure on Liverpool. If Liverpool turn around and don't get a result against Fulham and Chelsea win, all of a sudden Chelsea are like this team that's in a title race that no one thought were going to be in the title race. And Jamal says, and Spurs. Yeah, I get that Reeves doesn't like to have him up, but it's not all. I think he out managed Pep that day. I watched it because obviously he'd been hired as United manager. We were interested in it. I just think they're gettable. Like we've talked about on here, I think City are so gettable at the moment, but United are not in good form. Like United are not favourites. But like I'm saying, because it's a derby, you can never count them out the way City are playing at the moment. But yeah, and then Southampton Spurs. Oh, Spurs are going to win. They have to win. If they don't win that, Ange will get sacked, I reckon. And then you got Bournemouth, West Ham. Look at that. West Ham are playing Wolves tomorrow, right? And then Wolves are going to play Sunday morning here, which is Saturday there. And then West Ham get to rest all the way till Tuesday. That's not fair, is it? That's not fair. That's really not fair. Yeah, and then all the way down there. We'll do a show before all that. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that. Yeah, never seen. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, no, I know you. I know you're having a laugh, but they're definitely gettable, aren't they? Like you got to go there. Like Amorim will be thinking, I got to go there. And it's a harder game than when we lost to Arsenal midweek, right? I think Arsenal was a harder game than this. This isn't like they're so gettable. I don't know what it is, man. Like, and we've actually done well against Haaland and that lately. I know De Bruyne is back in, but they just got to put Ugarte in there. I think it's got to be Ugarte and Manu or Ugarte Casemiro, something like that. He's got to pick the right team. But yeah, they're definitely gettable, man. So gettable. I agree with Reeves. Never seen them this gettable in a long time. Yeah. You know. Listen, gonna tip United as I always do. Thanks for the new sub tonight, whoever that was. You can see that 1973 live sub counter. Thanks for anyone that watched on Twitch. Thanks for anyone that watched on Kick. If you got a Kick or a Twitch account, guys, that are watching on YouTube, go give us a follow there, and vice versa. The main channel is the YouTube channel, obviously, but we're trying to build it up with going live on the multiple platforms all the time now. Thanks everyone for coming in. Reborn team still sitting pretty at the top. They didn't even play. Jamar, Larry, Zakal, Learned, Big Man. Ben Schroeder came in, had some good things to say. Haven't seen him on many soccer streams or, our football streams. but he was in. Well done, Ben. Big up, Ben. Big up everyone that came in. If you're new, please remember to like, share, subscribe. And me and Chris, I believe, will see you Thursday night. We're going to do our Chris Kringle show. Oh man, if I had those Bean Boozled, I could show you guys now. We're going to do the Bean Boozled as well. Every super chat that gets given is going to be a spin of the Bean Boozled. If everyone doesn't know what Bean Boozled is, it's the jelly bellies, and like, you know, you can have the bad flavors like dirty socks or sweat or something, and they look like another flavor, and you get luck of the draw. You take one each. One of you is going to get a bad one. One of you is going to get a good one. So every super chat on the podcast, on the Chris Kringle show on Thursday night, will be a spin of the Bean Boozled, Will, and me and Chris will take one. And I'll put a graphic out for that in the Discord and everything, advertising that. But I don't think there'll be another stream before that, guys. But thanks so much for coming in. We'll see you Thursday night. Been a great show. Thank you, everyone. See you on the next one. Peace.